Yes sir, what's poppin' and why? It's your host, Mr. AEWDON, in the building. Today, you already know, it just keeps going, I guess, you know what I'm saying? And Jim Cornette done came in and done shut the whole shit down. Just went in. Like you thought Dean Ambrose went in on WWE. Fucking Jim Cornette fucking raped AEW a new one. It does not fucking matter. No one is safe. Not even the niggas all the way on top. One time for that nigga. He just straight ripped niggas a new one. A new one. And talking of a new one, here's a new track. You already know. I'm going to be playing a couple songs of my own. I mean, these are all original tracks. You already know. It's your host, Mr. AEWDON. Mr. AEWDON on air. Available on every device. Now we on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Castbox. Make sure you check it out. We'll be on everything real soon. I see everybody checking these podcasts. Like, it's so crazy. Like, I never expected to get all this viewership, you know what I mean? People watching it. So definitely keep watching the shows. You know what I'm saying? I already know y'all in the building. One time for y'all, man. All the cakeaholics out there, you already know. But let's talk about fucking Jim Cornette ripping these niggas a new one. Yo, like, I don't know if Jim Cornette's interview is gonna break the internet the way Dean Ambrose shit did, John Moxley, but Jim Cornette went in. If y'all did not see that fucking shoot, interview, podcast, whatever you want to call it, I think it's the Jim Cornette Experience, or I don't know. He has a couple Jim Corny's drive-through. He has a couple of them. I think it's the real Jim Cornette on YouTube. Oh my God, he went in from beginning to end. I think the only one that he really fucked with or that he really liked was Cody Rhodes versus Dustin Rhodes, just because it had the story, it had everything going with it, but no, I don't think Jim Cornette was real impressed with AEW Double or Nothing. I think he was just basically saying these niggas is robbing this nigga Tony Khan for all his money. But it's like, wow, you already know we live on that Spreaker app right now. You know what I'm saying? One time for everybody checking me out on Spreaker, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google. You already know. One time for y'all. It's so crazy. Like, I seen that and I thought he probably was gonna say some good things. He was gonna say, for their first try, or for this or for that. I thought he was gonna, give him some kind of props, something. He was like, no, that whole shit. He said, I seen a dude with no legs. I'm like, oh my God. Like, and he makes sense, with some things he's saying. Like, if it was a different sport, would he be doing that? You know, would they allow him if he always wanted to be a football player or this or that or whatever? But I don't know. I don't think he's really he don't know about, a lot of the independent scene, and a lot of these people had a name, a little name before, they really before they really got on there, they had their own little name already. You know what I'm saying? And I think Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy is a dude that he's too cool to wrestle. You know what I'm saying? He could wrestle, but he's too cool to wrestle. And he just didn't understand who he was, and him having his hands in his pockets and certain things. He does like baby kicks. He don't really kick you. I mean, he like play kicks you, and the crowd goes crazy for it. And he does different bumps, but he's so cool. He don't have to do a real bump. Like, he just do a little bump. I like the show. You know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta be up on this type of wrestling, this style. You know what I mean? Everything that's going on right now. Like, you have to be interested in that type of wrestling to really, it's like a niche show, but it's to argue whether it's gonna be mainstream or it's gonna flop. You get what I'm saying? And I think this CM Punk rumors of CM Punk coming to AEW, I think that's really gonna happen, just because I think it is. I think CM Punk is going to AEW. I think all the little Easter eggs or whatever you want to call it, big breadcrumbs, the trail, the clues. I think it all goes to. I think it all goes to CM Punk. They had the All Out coming back, Chicago. I don't know. I think it is though. I really think it is. But Jim Cornette shitted and pissed all over Double or Nothing and AEW, and I think that interview was crazy. If you haven't watched it, watch it. I mean, I wanted to do this podcast. I know y'all been loving these podcasts. The analytics. Speaking of Tony Khan and analytics and Jaguars and all this, my analytics saying that this shit is going up, every month. I want to thank everybody for checking it in, tuning in. You know what I mean? And I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to show y'all more love and show you more shows and do more things. You know what I'm saying? This is only the beginning. Like this song is playing right now, My Year. This is my year. You know what I'm saying? And I got everything going. You know what I mean? I want to thank everybody for joining us on Spotify. You know what I'm saying? Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Castbox. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be on everything real soon. Definitely check it out. We doing real big things. You know what I'm saying? This episode, Mr. Cake Ave on air. You know what I'm saying? Live. On that Spreaker app. It's like you have to get the Spreaker app. We got the live chat room. You know what I'm saying? You could always be in the chat room. But, right now, I just want to do this episode. Jim Cornette shits all over Double or Nothing. And, some of the things he was saying, it didn't make sense. It didn't make true. Like, if you're introducing a lot of these people, a lot of people don't know who they really are. They don't know who these wrestlers are. They don't know what's going on. He shitted on Billy Gunn. He shitted on Tommy Dreamer. He shitted on everybody that, I guess made it credible or gave it some kind of, reputation that it was going to be a good, a good show. I think it was a good show. I just think certain things You know what I mean? Jim Cornette was not trying to hear. If y'all don't know who Jim Cornette is, I know I'm talking, some people don't know. Jim Cornette is uh, basically a legend in the business of wrestling. I mean, he's been doing it for so long, and a lot of people take his, his opinion, very heavy. He's a wrestling promoter. He's had his own businesses, his own schools or training centers or whatever you want to call it, territories. He ran shit, and someone like that, you hear what he says, and you're like, hey, you know what I mean? If it was a little better, if the feedback was a little better, but I think he did like the Cody and Dustin match. I think he did like how it was put together, everything that was going with that. I don't think he's really like in on all the jokes, throughout the show and stuff like that. And it's true, he was talking about Jim Ross coming out, and then they didn't get that on footage or or certain things. It was just like it made sense when he said it, you know what I'm saying? But we in the building, Mr. AEWDON on air, this very special edition. Jim Cornette, shit's all over, Double or Nothing. It's crazy. It's crazy. I really don't think he, he just saw a couple of, younger dudes, smaller dudes, some matches, he really liked, but others he didn't, and I don't really think he didn't like the show at all. I don't really think so. I think he feels like, he said it's a write-off. He's not even paying for it. But I feel like if he was paying for it, he would feel some kind of way. So at the end of the day, he buried them niggas, and I think that it's a different type of style, and it's a different type of thing that AEW is doing, and it's not for everybody, and I don't think everybody will watch it week to week, but a lot of people will, and the numbers will say what is what, and we're gonna see. But Jim Cornette shit and piss all over these niggas, buried them niggas hard. I don't even know. Like, that's like, I think, kind of rough. That's like, just pop the bubble. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was on in the wrestling community. That interview or that podcast is definitely gonna make the rounds. I already see everybody making the rounds already. You already know we talking about it here on Mr. AEWDON on air. So, I want to thank everybody for checking out this show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Castbox, YouTube. You already know we in the building, Mr. AEWDON, and just having a good time, man. Just having a good time. I really appreciate y'all checking out the shows. You know what I'm saying? Last month we had one of the best months that we've ever had. So much love from everybody showing us all this love. Like, it's really, it really shows. You know what I'm saying? So definitely keep showing us the love. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be in the building. You already know, Mr. AEWDON on air, on everything. You know what I'm saying? Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, you know what I'm saying? Spotify, YouTube. It goes on and on. At Mr. AEWDON on Twitter. And hit me up, Mr. AEWDONbeats at gmail.com. You already know. Like I always say, stay up and stay strong.